Hey everybody, how's it going? Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be speaking about valuable 1979 pennies. Now, these coins are pretty cool. There's some significant potential for some upside on a few of the coins, and that could either be due to a die variety, a mint error, or a really nice condition coin. So we're going to be talking about what point at what specific condition jump is it worth submitting these coins to a grading service, pretty much PCGS for the modern stuff. I'll also be showing you a few mint errors from this year, and then I don't think that there are any specific varieties. Most of the time there are, but not for 1979 as of now, though most of the time in these series, if there are any, I will have some information on them. But with that being said, let's get right into the video. I've made a PowerPoint presentation, and I'm excited to present it. So here we've got the 1979 Lincoln Memorial Set, and this one is a little bit different. It's always good to know if there are no die varieties so that you don't go searching. Now, a lot of people find some discovery errors, and it's quite possible. I was talking with Chuck Daughtry, and he mentioned that there was, not too long ago, the 1982 double die reverse was found, and that was, an $8,000 coin when it first sold. So not to say that there aren't any, but there are no known die varieties. Now, I'll take a little more time than normal to talk about the coin. It's going to be a copper coin. They mixed in 1982 between the copper, 95% copper, and zinc planchets in 1982. Before 1982, they were all copper. Now, at that point, that means that they're worth about 2 cents a coin because of the copper value, but you can't melt it down only because that's the law, so don't do that. The more modern ones are not worth much, but theoretically, if you have a ton of these 1979s, they're going to be worth double their face value, which on a percentage basis is actually pretty cool. Lincoln was, he was the first guy from the U.S. to be featured on a circulating U.S. coin. And that's something a little bit significant, and he still has the same obverse portrait today. There were some different close and wide AM die varieties in 92, 98, 99, and 2000. I've got videos on those. You should check them out. Then the key dates and varieties. There's so many varieties on these different dates. 1979 not having one is pretty rare, but whether it's 70S proof, 72, 1980, 1984, 95, 97, there's a lot to look for. Now, in terms of the coin point in terms of condition, when this is worth certifying, you really want to be pretty sure that you're well within the Mint State 67 range. Maybe it says people are paying $25 for Mint State 66 plus, but they're very hard to move because who's really paying to get a 66 plus in their collection? These collectors who are collecting really high grade coins, they're really looking for probably 67 plus or 68. And that way, if you have a little margin of error where if half of them come back 67, half of them 66 plus, and like 1 or 2 in the 67 plus 68, if you're submitting a batch of them, that's really the tier that you want to be at. You want to look for marks anywhere. The obverse will matter more, but there were 6 billion of these made and not a lot to look for. There are a few really cool errors that I wanted to highlight. So this first one was struck through a fragment. So there's, the the planchets are punched out of a metal sheet. Sometimes the fragment gets sort of bounced off and here ended up being struck through on this coin. So the front of the coin is totally messed up. And this coin also is a capped die, meaning that it stuck to the die as, after the first strike and continued to strike more coins. A very messed up coin, and yeah, $1,200 was the sale price. And it looks like it circulated for a little bit. People weren't really paying too much attention, so this must have been a change find. There's also this reverse die cap. This is really a better example of what capped die coins look like. It stuck to the die, continues to get struck a bunch, and the coin the edge as it continues to get struck pops out of the collar while this is hitting into other coins, the obverse here, and it's getting flattened out and leaving a reverse, the inverse of this, with a backwards Lincoln and backwards lettering, or like inverted where you couldn't really read it without mirroring it on other coins, which are going to be called brockages. This one pretty clearly was maybe snuck out of the mint. It didn't circulate for too long. Nobody's going to really miss this sort of a thing. Lastly, we have another one that is conceivable to find and change. A die break or a cud is sometimes what it's referred to when the coin really breaks down. This is going to occur, the dies are striking the coins. Sometimes they get worn out and part of it chips off. So then, since it's chipped off, the metal will just flow to this area that's been chipped off. I mean, it's not there. So, when it's hammering down, it's, there's a lot of blank space for the metal to fill. And you can also see on the reverse, then, it's very weak in that part of it because the metal has flowed to the obverse side of the coin. This sold for over $1,000. So it's interesting how a lot of people will pay up for cuds, even though I don't think that they're really quite as spectacular as something like this this die cap die. This one sold for 4 times more. So anyways, hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you on some of my other videos, doing a big series here for pretty much every coin, and there's plenty of penny videos to continue to make. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like the video, comment, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I also have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and some other social media platforms. You can also go to my main channel website, treasuretownYT.com, to learn more about the channel and sort of stay in contact. I also will eventually host all of these videos on coinsmetalscards.com, which will be both news, marketplace, and coin information. I do have the goal of eventually getting pretty much every US coin, date, mint mark, denomination on the channel with a similar video to the one that you just watched, and that will likely all be hosted there. And then I also have treasuretowncoins.com, which is sort of my coin dealing wing, coin dealing only entity that is a little bit less focused on content production. So thank you so much, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my other videos. I also have videos that are not just the date, mint mark, denomination recap in this format, so you can check some of those out, and I'll have fun seeing you there.